Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So on my previous video I did grade 8 part 1 and part 2. Now I'm doing part 3. Okay, and please don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so that you get notification every time when I upload a new video. And subscribe, like the video, and share. Okay, so now I'm doing grade 8 final part for June exam 2016. Okay, so now we are doing question 9. Okay, so 9.1, it says we have negative, then here we have negative 4x, close the bracket, to the exponent 3 minus x squared multiplied by x. You see, so in this case I'll use the laws. Remember the law of exponents. Okay, so first step here, I have to break this bracket. Okay, so I'll say, okay, now I'll say equals to. Now I write my steps. This question is 9.1 is 3 marks. So I'll say negative multiplied by negative is positive, remember. So negative 1 multiplied by negative 4 is positive 4. So, let me start with this one. Yeah, let me start with this bracket. So okay, here let's leave it as negative. Let's not break the bracket yet. So you'll press in your calculator and say negative 4 cube, it's negative 64. You see, so here you'll write negative 64 x. This is the same as 1, remember, so it will be 1 multiplied by 3, which is 3. Then here we'll say, okay, remember here's the same as 1 because we don't have anything. So when we multiply the same base, we add the exponent. So it will be 2 plus 1. You see, so it will be x to the exponent 3. You see, so the next step now, we'll have to break this bracket. So we'll say, okay, negative multiplied by negative is positive, and here is the same as negative 1, remember. So we'll have 64 x cube minus x cube. Okay, so these are like terms. Why? Because they have x cube. So this is the same as 64 minus 1, which is 63. So our answer is 63 x cube, or x to the exponent 3. Okay, so then you get full marks. So 9.2. okay, the question for question 9, it says simplify the following. Okay, so I did the first one, so I'll write the second one below. So 9.2, we have 4x squared y cube, and we have a bracket minus 1 minus 2x cube y squared, and we have a bracket 4y. Okay, let me make sure everything appears. Now it's a problem, but you heard what I said. Okay, so because this one was long, okay, but you'll see on the steps because I said everything that I write. Okay, so now it's time to break the brackets. Okay, so I'll say 4 multiplied by 2, it's okay. Now, okay, I have 1 here. So I'll say this everything here multiplied by this part, and everything here multiplied by this part. Okay, so I'll have to say, okay, 4 multiplied by 2, it's 8. So we'll have 8x. When you multiply the same base, you add the exponent. So here is the same as 2 plus 1, which is 3. So we have x cubed and y cubed, because here we don't have y. Okay, so it's this part multiplied by this. After, we'll see this part multiplied by 1, which would be negative 4x squared y to the exponent 3. Okay, so the next step, we'll say negative. Remember, I'm taking everything that is outside the bracket, multiply with what is inside the bracket. So here we have only 4y, so it will be negative 2 multiplied by 4, which is negative 8. Okay, so it's negative 8. Here we don't have x, so we'll take only this x to the exponent 3. Y to the exponent 2 multiply by y to the exponent y, will add the exponent, so it will be 2 plus 1, which is 3. So here we'll have y to the exponent 3. Okay, so this one is 4 marks. So the following step, we should look for the like terms. So can you see that this one and this one are like terms? Why? Because this one is x to the exponent 3, x to the exponent 3, y to the exponent 3, y to the exponent 3, but they are not the same as this one. So 8 minus 8 is 0, which means this 2, they will cancel each other, so we'll be left with this one. Okay, so this is our final answer. Okay, so yeah, if you have any question, ask me on the comment section and I'll explain. But I also do lessons. If you really need lessons, hit me up on WhatsApp. I'm based in Northwest. If you're at Cape Town, Johannesburg, Mpumalanga, or any other province in South Africa, we can work on WhatsApp. I do lessons on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, there are two options. There are two options. So for more info, hit me up. We'll talk, because it's a lot. But I will explain. Hit me up. You'll see my number in the description below. Okay, so let's do 9.3. So 9.3, it says, oh, we are given a fraction, 4x to the exponent 2y plus 5x squared y all over 3x y squared. Okay, so remember, here it's numerator, here it's denominator. But if we look at our numerator, they are like terms. Remember, it's x to the exponent 2y, x to the exponent 2y. So which means we can add 4 and 5. Okay, so when I add 4 and 5, my answer will be 9. X squared y all over 3x y to the exponent 2. Okay, so the next step, remember now, you should use the law of exponent. When we divide the same base, what will happen to the exponent? We'll subtract them. Okay, so here we'll have 9 divided by 3. Okay, now I'm showing all my steps. like I always do. Okay, so for x we have 2 and here we don't have nothing, so it's the same as 1. So we'll say 2 minus 1. Okay, and here we have y. Remember, here it's 1, so you start with the one from numerator, then you do the one for denominator. Okay, so 9 divided by 3, it's 3. It's 3. 2 minus 1, it's 1. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So remember, we can't leave our answer as negative. So remember this law, whereby we say a to the exponent negative 1 is equals to 1 over a. Okay, I think it's law number 5. Okay, so we can't leave this one like this, so which means this one will be as our denominator, but it will be positive. Okay, so we will write it like this: 3x over y is positive now because we apply that law and we leave it in the standard, not in the standard. Okay, so I hope you get it, but it was 2 marks. Okay, so the next question says, just that me, when I do questions, even with my 2t's, I make sure that I show every step. Okay, I make sure I show every step. Let's work, you'll see progress. Okay, so the next step, the next question, it's 9.4. So 9.4, we have a fraction. Let me check this fraction. We have 2x to the exponent, or it's 3 to the exponent 3, y to the exponent 2, plus 4x y to the exponent 2 minus 10 x2 y2, x to the exponent 2 y to the exponent 2, all over 2xy to the exponent 2. Remember, we have to simplify. So while we look at our denominator, we don't have like terms. Okay, so we'll have to split it into 3 because we have 3 terms in our denominator, in our numerator. So we'll have to say, write it the way as it is. So this will go with this, this will go with this, this will go with this. Remember, this is all over this denominator. Okay, so here we'll have 2x y2 plus, remember the same, 4x y to the exponent 2, our numerator doesn't change, minus 10x, this, write it the way as it is, the way as it is, so yeah, that's how it is. So now let's focus here. We'll say, okay, 2 divided by 2, it's 1. Okay, so which means this 2 will cancel this 2. Okay, so remember I said when we divide the same base, we subtract the exponents. So here I'll say 3 minus 1, so it's 2, which means we'll have x to the exponent 2. So here it will be 2 minus 2, which is 0, and any number to the exponent 0, it's 1, so which means this cancel this. Okay, so it's out. So now we should focus on this part. So 4 divided by 2, it's 2, so I write my 2 here. Okay, this x cancel this x because it's x in our denominator and in our numerator, same as y. y squared, so they cancel each other, so we are only left with 2. So remember, here we have minus 10 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2, it's what? It's 5. It's 5. X squared minus x, so it will be 2 minus 1, which is x. X to the exponent 1, same as y, will remain with y only. Oh, here I made a mistake. We have y squared, which means they will cancel each other, so here I will have only x. I'm sorry, I wasn't aware of that mistake. So yeah, that's how you should do it. Okay, so let's go to question 10. So question 10 says solve for x. Solve for x. Okay, so now we are solving for x. 10.1, it says 7 plus x is equals to -2. Okay, so remember, when you take a number to the opposite side, it will change the sign. Okay, so now we are looking for the value of x, and our x is on the left hand side, which means I can remain with x here and take 7 to the opposite side. So here I'll be having -2. Remember, 7 here, it was positive, now it will be negative, so it will be -2 minus 7. Okay, now you should press it in your calculator and it will give you -9. Okay, so our x value is -9. One thing I like about solve for x is you can test when you're wrong. So when you test it, put it in brackets, so it will be 7 plus bracket, because it's time to substitute our x value. You see, it gave us -2. So that's how you should do it. This question is easy. You just have to be careful with your signs. Make sure you write the correct sign and you substitute very well. Okay, so 10.2, it says x plus 3 is equals to 2x plus 5. No, minus 5. Okay, so here, remember, I'm solving for x, so I'll say, okay, I'll take my 2 to the opposite side. So when I take it to the opposite side, which means here I'll remain with x. Here it was positive, now here it will be negative, and here we have -5, so be careful of the signs. So 3, that side, it was positive. When I take it to the right hand side, it will be negative, hence I will say -3. Okay, so x minus 2x is -x. Why? Because 1 minus 2 is -1, but here, remember, they have x, so we have to say -x is equals to -5 minus 3, it's -8. Okay, so when you reach this point, don't leave your answer like this, because we are not looking for -x, we are looking for x, so we'll have to divide both sides by -1. Why do I divide both sides by -1? Because I want at the end to have a positive x value. So -8 divided by -1 is +8, and this is because a negative divided by a negative is positive. Okay, so this is our answer. So to test it, remember, on solve for x, you can test. To test it, I'll type the one on the left hand side first. So where I see x, I'll write 8. So put it in brackets when you substitute, and it's x plus 3. It's 11. You see? So I'll test with the second one and see if I will get 11. So I'll say 2 multiplied by 8, remember, minus 5. It's 11. So they are equal, which means our x value is correct. Okay, so that's how you can test it to see if your answer is really correct. Okay, so now I'll do the next question, which is 10.3. So 10.3 says, remember, we are solving for x. We have this bracket. Okay, 5. Now I open a bracket. 6 minus 2x plus 3. Okay, now when you get this type of equation, let me fix my paper. When you get this type of equation, you multiply what is outside the bracket with what is inside the bracket, and you should be careful of the signs. Okay, so now I have something on my left hand side and I have something on my right hand side. Okay, and at the end I should get my x value. Okay, so I'll say 4 multiplied by x, which is 4x. 4 multiplied by 3, which is 12. Remember, here it's plus, so it's positive, and positive multiplied by positive is positive, which means I will have positive 12, or we have equal sign here. So when you have equal sign here, don't write equal sign here. You can write 2 equal signs. Okay, so here we'll say is equals to 5 multiplied by 6 is 30. 5 multiplied by negative 2x is negative 10x, because the positive multiplied by negative is negative. Okay, and here we have 3. Okay, so the next step, I'll say, okay, here I have 30 and here I have 3, so I can write it in this form. So I will leave the one for the left hand side, it will remain unchanged, and I will say 30 plus 3 is 33. Remember, here it's negative 10, so I'll say negative 10x plus 33. Okay, so the next step, now I will have to take my x's together because they are like terms, and I'm solving for x. So I'll say, okay, here I have negative 4. So in maths, we prefer to write the unknown on the left hand side. So I'll take 10 to the left hand side. So it is negative. So this side it will be positive. So it's positive 10x is equals to, here we have positive 33 and here we have positive 20. So when we take it to the right hand side, the sign will change. Okay, so this side 4 plus 10 is 14. So we have 14x is equals to 33 minus 12. It's how much? It's 21. So here we have 21. Okay, so after we got our answer, which is 21, now we'll have to divide both sides by 14. Okay, so when you divide both sides by 14, you will say 14 40. So on the left hand side, I'll remain with x. So here I have x is equals, so 21 divided by 14 is how much? Is 3 over 2. So this is our x value. Our x is 3 over 2. So when you test it, we'll see. Okay, remember here I write it from here. So I write the one on the left hand side first, then I open bracket, then I'll have to open bracket for the x. Remember, our x is 3 over 2. plus 3. You see our answer, you see our answer is 18. So even on the right hand side, it should give us 18. So okay, let me substitute in and see if I will get 18. So I'll say 6 minus 2, where I see bracket I open, where I see x I open the bracket, and our x value is 3 over 2. So I will type 3 over 2, then I close my bracket. Remember, this bracket is for x and this one is the one from the question. Okay, plus 3, it's 18. And you see it's positive 18, positive 18. So our x value is correct. It's 3 over 2. So that's how you should check it when you do it, because you can see when you're wrong, when they are not equal, when you substitute that x, which means your x value is wrong. Okay, so let's do 10.4. So on 10.4 we are given a fraction which is 3x over 4 is equals to 12. Okay, so when you get this question and it's a fraction, so you can multiply both sides by 4 to remove that denominator. So but let me write it here. So I'll say 4 multiplied by 3x over 4, 12 multiplied by 4, because we want to break this 4, so they will cancel each other, but here will remain with 3x, but here will remain with 12 multiplied by 4, which is 48. Okay, so we have 48. So we'll have to divide both sides by 3 because we want the value of x. Okay, so you'll say 48 divided by 3, which is 16. So our x value is 16. So to test this one, you'll write it like this. Remember, it's a fraction. Where I see my x value, I open the bracket, and my x value, remember, it's 16. So I'll type 16 all over 4 is 12. So our x value is correct. Okay, so that one was easy. So you should do it like this and make sure you don't skip any step. Go step by step to be safe. Okay, so 10.5. So 10.5 says 3x minus 2 all over 4 is equals to 4. What we did on our previous question, we will also do it here. They are almost the same. The difference is here and the digits, obviously. So first step, let's multiply this by 4, and here we'll have 4 multiplied by 4. Okay, so they will cancel each other. So after they cancel each other, will remain with 3x minus 2 is equals to 4 multiplied by 4, it's 16. So we'll take 2 to the opposite side, so it will be 3x is equals to 16. That 2 was negative, so it will be positive, which means it will be plus 2, which is 18. So 3x is equals to 18. So I have to divide both sides by 3. So I divide both sides by 3. So my x value is 18 divided by 3 is how much? 18 divided by 3 is 6. So our x value is 6. So even this one you can test it. So I'll write my fraction where I see x, I'll substitute 6. Okay, so I'll say 6, then I say minus 2 all over 4. Let's see if it will give us 4. So it's 4. So our x value is correct. Okay, so when it comes to solve for x, you should collect all marks. Don't leave any mark. Collect them all. If it's 20 marks, it's 20 marks. collect the whole 20. Don't hesitate. Okay, so 10.6, let's check 10.6. 10.6, it says 2x squared is equals to 8. Okay, so we are solving for x. So first step that I should do, okay, let me write my steps here. So I'll have to divide both sides by 2. So this 2 will cancel this 2. So I'll remain with x squared is equals to 4. And 4 is a perfect square. So I will square both sides. So square root of 4 is 2. So our x value is 2. So when you press it in your calculator, remember you should put it in brackets. So I'll say 2 square. You see, it's 8. So 8 is our answer. It's our answer here. So when I substitute that 2, it gives me 8. You see, so that's how you should test it. So I think we are done with question 10. Yeah, we are done with question 10. So I'll stop here. So thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And yeah, more videos are coming soon, especially for the grade 12s. Grade 12s, I'm going to drop a content very soon, so stay tuned. So if you want us to work, my number is on description below. My socials like Facebook, hit me up. Facebook, I'm also on TikTok. And if you want to listen to my music, there's a link of my music channel on this channel. Okay, so you should check it out. And yeah, thank you for watching, and let's work, you'll see progress. Thank you.